Well, hello, YouTubes. This is another Horrible Doodle by yours truly. I was watching a YouTube video the other day and somebody had mentioned drawing worms was the way to increase your skill set. I thought that was a really interesting concept. I'll try to put a link to that video if I can find it again in the description, but here's my attempt at that. I figured, why not draw a bunch of worms with one big worm as the main character? And I penciled it in this time because, man, that sure is a lot of worms to just draw in with ink right away without messing something up. So pencil it was. But as you can see, tons of worms, one big guy. I love it. I like his mouth. Oh, look at me, I'm doing like some speed up and slow down kind of stuff. Yeah, just kind of experimenting with that. Looks to me like I slowed down way too long at this part. There we go. Back to fast. I like that. Yeah, so there's a lot of worms there. Let's ink some of those in. I went with a thick Sharpie around the outside like I normally do, and then I think I went in with the .08 pen to fill in these details here. I think I ended up using just the big Sharpie, the .08, and then like a .005 for some of the smaller details later. I don't even remember where. I think this part. That would make sense to me. No, it wasn't this part. I think it was, I ended up putting a little bit of lines on the worms. I think it was that part. Oh well, it doesn't matter. If it looks thinner on the worms, that's because it's the thin pen. If it looks as thick as those lines, well, it's because I didn't use the thin pen at all, and my memory is failing me, which would not be the first time. Yeah, I really liked the lines on this guy's face. It was a ton of fun. I had to be a little more deliberate than I usually am so that the lines wouldn't all run together. And it turned out pretty nice. So you'll see here, my highlighter just about ran out. In fact, it did run out, I thought. So I switched to another color to kind of blend in. And I did like the effect, but I whipped that pink one back out later, and it has a little bit more ink left in it. Thank goodness, because how are you supposed to get purple without a pink and a blue? Then you just get blue, unless you have a purple highlighter, which I do not. Although I think in my next video I did just get a shipment in of 40 markers for like $20 off of Amazon, and I am gonna try them out. So not that it's gonna be, I might do a review or something, but it won't really be that great of a review because all I can compare it to is highlighters. So if you're interested in how cheap markers on Amazon compare to highlighters, you're in for a treat or something. Maybe I just will draw with them, let the art speak for itself. Let the doodles speak for themselves. So background here, there was a lot of empty space and I didn't like it, and so I decided to do the hardest thing I can think of, which is draw a bunch of lines all over the place. And I kind of liked it, but it was like way too busy. The background started blending in with the foreground, and so I started doing these kind of alternating colors here, and I liked the yellow, the blue making green. But I made one fatal error. There's this darn orange space in the bottom, and I sit here and I look at it for a while and I'm like, what the heck was I doing? So why not just fill that space in with black? Make it I don't know, a horizon. So I did that, and it was worse, but you know, you can't win them all, right? But it's not too bad. Pretty trippy looking dude. So here's the final touch. Little eyeball treatment on that weird NeckWorm, or maybe it's an arm. I don't know. Anywho, thanks for watching, guys.